Hey guys, Rich Ferguson here, and I'm doing a vlog, which I have not done in a long time, and I know a lot of you have asked me to do that. And the reason I felt so encouraged to do one today is because of a huge amount of bashing going on because of a video I just did. In a minute, I'll show you the video I did, which was nothing more than pulling things out of people's ears, which has been done by many people. Now, interestingly, JstuStudios has done this prank many times, and of course their channel is big like mine and has been popularizing this idea over the last couple years. So now I've done it as well. Many of you have been complaining in the comments that I stole it from them, and I want to set the record straight. If you look back at my original video and you look at the description, you can see I placed a video there that shows me pulling things out of people's ears from far back before 2006. It was my very first video I put on YouTube.
Not a big deal. I mean, that's woo! Crazy stuff.
And it was actually a video recorded at a live event around 2000. So I've been doing this gag a long time, and I have to let you guys know that many magicians and comedians have done this as well. It's a mockery of magic to pull random things out of people's ears, and we're not talking about coins and cards and things that magicians would pull out of ears. We are talking about the comical side of making a mockery or a parody or a joke of the classic idea of pulling things out of the ear. Now, looking at the title, of course I wanted to do that just to get your attention. They did not steal anything from me, and I did not steal anything from them. So what's interesting and frustrating is I have showed proof that I did the same type of gag many years ago, since the inception of YouTube, and yet after kind of proving or saying that, there's still dozens of comments saying otherwise. And again, I just want to address it here in my vlog, just for those who really care about this stuff and who are following me, have some source to look at and to, you know, have some conversation if you want to correct people, because I'm quite frankly tired of doing it. And the reason I had to delete so many of those comments is because it became distracting. People started fighting back and forth. And like I said, I respect these guys because I think they do pranks right, and I didn't want to have the focus of my video or their video become about who stole what. So here's the deal, guys. When you come across a channel that has hundreds of thousands or many millions of subscribers, here's a weird phenomenon. When they do a science thing or some sort of hack or prank or magic trick, it's very likely that's the first time you've seen it on this really big popular channel. But unbeknownst to you, that thing that they're doing may have existed elsewhere in the world on dozens of other channels and elsewhere outside of YouTube for a long time, especially when it comes to gags and pranks and magic and things along those lines. Now, when you're looking at pranks and there is a particular style of prank, and all of a sudden it's popping up on all these wannabe prankster channels, or the ones that you know are doing fake stuff, of course those are likely copied because those people don't think on their own. Not to be putting them all in a category. Many of them are brilliant. I've met many up-and-coming pranksters that I think are awesome. This video is not about bashing people whatsoever. I'm all about the creative process, but what I cannot stand is when I come forward and I prove that I did not do what I've been accused of. I can't stand it when people just continue to bash, not think, not look, and not even consider for a moment that here's a guy who's been doing magic professionally full time all around the world for 20 years outside of YouTube, and does YouTube part-time and has created hundreds of funny comedy skits and pranks and magic tricks and stuff for YouTube, and yet I'm still accused of doing some magic type thing and copying it off some other pranksters, again, who I respect. I think these guys are great, and I think they're the kind of channel I wish more people would watch. So I'm kind of going round and round here because it's a topic it's happened many times before, and I'm going to make some more vlogs about pranks versus fake pranks and magic versus real or fake magic, because I think it's time that I come out and educate you guys a little bit about my passion and let you know that I create stuff on my own. I'm going to go to my computer and I'll just show you a list I have going right now of thousands of ideas I've written down over the years because I constantly dictate to my phone. I'm always coming up with ideas. And you know what? I guarantee you many of those ideas have been done before. It's a very simple step from point A to point B. When you're in public and you're looking around a scenario and you're watching people cross the street and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I would love to mess with the crosswalk sign, or I would like to do X, Y, and Z, because you just look and observe and your mind goes that route. And it's a very simple step from A to B when you're dealing with very simple prank ideas in public. So I'm just sick and tired of people calling people out that are doing things that they're not doing, as far as stealing and copying and all that, when in fact there's these other people who get away with it left and right, and all they do is copy and steal and make fake videos with paid actors and all that crap. I'm sorry, I just think it's ridiculous. And I'm fortunate that I would say 99% of my subscribers, and maybe some of you that have happened to come here as well, know what I'm about and just enjoy my videos for what they are. That's it. So I'm not going to keep on ranting on this, but I do want to show you on the computer real quick because I think it's kind of cool. So right here, guys, I have different types of pranks laid out. And I'm telling you, this list is huge. It goes on and on and on. I've got categories. I've got pranks that involve 2 people, no people, mobs. I've got pranks involving ideas around like being an old man, to hitting on girls, to pranks that are done by other people for my channel, etc., etc. So they go on and on and on. And I dictate on my phone almost daily when I'm out in public and come up with crazy ideas. So I just wanted to show you that. And also I wanted to just walk you through the very beginning of this video right here.
And I'm just going to try to reach over here and pull the card out.
See, here I am doing real magic, some sleight of hand where I pull legitimate things out of people's ears because I'm a magician and I can do that to make people believe that we can do the following, which is pulling things out of their ears. So my premise alone is different than my buddies Andrew and Justin over at this other prank channel, who again, they do funny stuff. And like I said, I have nothing wrong with them doing it, and they shouldn't have anything wrong with me doing it, because we've, come up with this independently. I haven't talked to them directly about this, but I know how people think, and I have a feeling these guys came up with on their own because they're creative and funny people. Now, it's a mockery of magic, so of course their inspiration had to have been from magic, pulling a coin out of somebody's ears. So it does beg the question, why didn't a ton of people go over to their channel and give them a bunch of flack for copying? Because that's not cool and no one cares. But the fact that they made a YouTube video and then someone else has now done it, me, and they're both popular video channels, all of a sudden there's this whole thing that comes out. And I think it's just unfortunate and it's unhealthy, so I just hope it stops. But if you were to go watch this video, I'll put the link down in the description, you'll see that, yeah, it's very similar, but that's just the fact of life. It's going to happen sometimes because we're dealing with very basic ideas here. So some of you might be wondering, why is Rich taking the time to make a video about this and addressing these trolls? Well, to be honest, I don't think it's trolls. When people are commenting the way they are, I really truly believe they think that one person or the other is stealing and that one or the other created this and no one else ever has before. I just think it is an opportunity for me to educate people and shed some light on a topic that happens very commonly, unfortunately. And if I felt it was trolls, I would just ignore it, because trolls are just doing it for sport or for attention. And some of these comments that I had to unfortunately delete because they got out of hand, the comments down below those comments, it got stupid. I believe they really are just probably good people who are just looking out for others, but it starts a fire and it starts a distraction, unfortunately. And you know what? I just want to protect my friends. I want to protect myself and let you guys know this isn't about being passive aggressive. This is about being direct and somewhat defending myself and others, because it's an issue that is going to continue, but I think you guys are intelligent enough to understand the difference and to understand how a magician would go from point A to point B with an effect like this. And also I've showed proof and I've explained, and hopefully you guys believe me, that many magicians do this outside of YouTube all the time as a gag. This is something we do in bars. We reach up to a girl and pull out their beer. This is just a common thing, and I've shared that in my comments before, and people exploded calling me a liar, and that's what really ticks me off. I don't appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Just a quick little talk with you. So I'm going to be doing more vlogs, and hopefully they'll have a little bit more conciseness to it. This was just out of the heat of the moment and out of something that I just wanted to take care of, because this video just went live and people are tearing it up, and it's somewhat upsetting and it's somewhat unfortunate, because we work hard on the stuff we do and we try to provide you guys really good comedy. So With all that said, thank you guys so much for listening, and this is my second channel, so if you just happen to come across this channel, this is by no means my main channel. Go check it out. I have about 1.6 million subscribers so far on my prank channel, so please go check that out. Subscribe if you're new, and most of my stuff is 100% clean and fun and the way pranks really should be. So I got to take my cap off to Andrew and Justin over at JstuStudios because they do pranks right as well. And that's it, guys. I'll catch you next week. Peace.